Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Storytime video. Whoop, whoop. I would like to thank each and every one of you for, all the subs and the likes and the views. It's been greatly helping my channel out. So much so that, I'm able to access a lot of different YouTube things that I wasn't able to in the past. And yeah, just, your enthusiasm and, your views and your, just everything you guys have done for me has helped me a lot with this channel. And I can't thank you guys enough. Continue hitting that like button and subscribing and sharing with your friends, family, and cult members. Let's get into the story. So in today's story, I'll be talking about gym class, actually, and my first detention in high school. So, in gym class, we are all forced to wear uniforms. I think anyone with a gym class, has to wear some sort of uniform. But if you don't, some schools they do, and yada, 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 whatever, that's not important. The important part is, in some schools, you get in trouble for not wearing your uniform, and my school was one of those. I was a really good kid in school. I never got in trouble. I did do some stupid things that potentially got me sent to the principal's office, but 9 out of 10 of the times, it was not my fault. It was mostly because, my friends were being idiots and they had questions. But anyway, so in my junior year, I had a teacher named Mr. Gadden, and he was a really cool teacher, really chill guy, was great with his class, was great, with his students, just everything. He was a really swell guy all around, and he liked to, mess around and whatnot like we did. Well, one day I forgot my gym uniform at home, and I walked into class and I sat down where everyone else did, and I was just waiting to start, and I needed to talk to him to get a rental. Well, he didn't have a rental that day. And instead of telling me that, he got all up in my face, all mad, and said, this is getting obnoxious. You guys are supposed to be wearing your uniforms. You all know that. You knew that you needed them. And you know what, Jacob? I'm going to give you a detention. And he did. He wrote me up a detention right there and then. And yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Anyway, so I went to detention the next day after school. And the teacher came in and she introduced herself, and it's kind of sad I don't remember her name because she was so nice. But she came into the classroom, she introduced herself to those students that didn't know her, but a lot of the students already knew her because a lot of those students were, troublemakers that were always in there. Anyway, so she noticed me sitting in the back of the class reading a Stephen King novel. And she walked up to me, she asked me what I was reading, and I told her I was reading Salem's Lot, and, it was a pretty good book. And she asked me why I was there. And I kind of, looked at her for a second, and I said, not to sound rude, but you're supposed to know why I'm here, and I kind of don't want to say it out loud. And she's like, well, this class doesn't really care, everybody's been here for, swearing or getting into fights or, just overall bad things, And I looked at her for a second and I was like, well, I'm not here for fighting or swearing at a teacher or anything like that, if that's what you're concerned about. And she's like, oh, what are you here for then? And I kind of stayed silent and I said, well, I forgot my gym uniform. And the class, like I thought would, they started to laugh. And I kind of just, kept reading my book, and she's like, oh, well, that's a stupid reason to be in detention. I would have let you pass. Whatever. So about 5 minutes goes by, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to let you guys early just because an unfortunate student here had to sit here for 5 minutes and waste his time. So you know what? Thank Jacob for going home early because I feel bad for him. And, the class was giving me high fives, thanking me all the way out the door. And the teacher pulled me off to the side, and she's like, I'm going to talk to your teacher. Don't worry about it. And the very next day, Mr. Gann came up to me, and he's like, hey, Jacob, I just want you to know you're a really good student, and I was just really mad that day. And, I don't want anything bad between us because you're one of my favorite students, and, just good job on what you've been doing. Just don't forget your uniform again. And, you know, from then on out, you know, him and I were cool. I never got another detention from him, at least. And yeah, so if you guys like this video and you want to hear more, please hit that like button and subscribe. Because, you know, those subscriptions have been helping me, you know, with YouTube and getting more content and all this other great stuff. And you can tell from the quality of my videos that, you know, it's been getting better and better. And I hope we continue to make this channel better, because without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you in the next story time video. Woo woo.